of week 3 of the Baddie Overwatch League Season 4. With me is the charming Albino Joe and the super slick, fast man, weeb stick god himself, Hook Resets. How's it going, guys?
Going great.
Going well. I'm excited. Test another game. Hopefully more gameplay.
Oh, hell yeah. And as we gonna be getting into Lijiang here soon, Blabby's Dabs versus Waifu Superstar. Both some pretty good talent on both sides. Blabby's Dabs having a very strong showing last week. Definitely going to be coming into this round swinging, seeing what they could show off in a King of the Hill map.
Yeah, I mean, they're rocking that 6 icon curse going on there. We'll see how that works for them. But I don't know. Blabby's Dabs seems to be kind of the favorite to, start winning out, it seems. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Freefy and Senpai really been pulling. I honestly, they haven't been pulling that much weight. The rest of their team's doing pretty well, but they're just killing everything. It almost feels like Destructive Dude makes space, and Senpai on that McCree. Freefy a lot of the times on the Junkrat or Farah, I believe. Just raining down the damage.
Gonna be trying to definitely be looking at Senpai, seeing if anyone on Waifu Superstar hint 3 of the try to contest Senpai with me. Is that's charming? Try to do Albino, that. You might be able to win. Enough said. Blabby's Dab's gonna take this 3-0. Calling it right now.
Oof.
Yeah, Utek, I think me and you have some PTSD with that Senpai on the high ground shooting people all the time as McCree. But, we'll see if other teams can find a strat against that. As we roll out on Lijiang.
Has been the map. It has been the map of upsets so far.
Yeah, that is kind of true. I think Jeff from the Overwatch won this against Mercy Nerf Me Daddy, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Never know what could come out those doors.
I don't know. I think Jeff from the Overwatch team is kind of underrated. I mean, they've been they're not looking too hot most of the time, but they've been winning a game typically every week, I think.
I'm not sure. I feel like they tied a map and they didn't win one the first week.
Yeah, Jeff from the Overwatch team tied in the first week, and I believe they won one in the second week.
Yeah.
So getting this 2-1 was definitely a huge upswing, both for points and has to be for their morale, considering they were able to take out another team that had a player whose value was $10.25.
But this is not their game. Waifu Superstar going up against freaking Blabby's Dabs.
Yeah, Blabby's Dabs coming out with a Zen Anna with the reaction to the Mercy changes, just like Waifu is Moira Zen being the linchpin to those teams, I see. But it looks like Waifu is going straight for the point, and Blabby's Dabs is not going to let him get on it very comfortably as people are going down on both sides. Destructive Dude and Senpai down for Blabby's Dabs. Not a good sign for them as the fight continues. Spagooter chasing after Thor, getting him out of mech, and Sword and Mace has to retreat. No friends nearby. Goodbye, Sword and Mace.
And it looks like the friendship is taken off for Waifu Superstar 2. Definitely getting a lot of clean pickoffs right there. A very poor engagement from Blabby's Dabs. A little bit disoriented, but unable to really find anything from it.
Something send me your waifus, but it looks like the Tracer, Freefy is kind of contesting the point a little bit, but getting back to his team. Senpai going down. This push might be stifled, but there seems to be a lot of fighting right now, or a lot of Waifu Superstars falling to that Tracer. Someone has to do something about Freefy right now, otherwise he's going to fucking pick everyone's team. He's a guerrilla warfare! Oh, Freefy finally going down. A lot of fighting going on point. Looks like Waifu Superstar is showing some life as they're continuing to contest this, but the cap is eventually going to go to Blabby's Dabs with 4 people sitting there on point.
And yeah, just a nice route by Blabby's Dabs to make sure that they get everyone on point. Little bit of miscommunication maybe. A little bit of positioning problems, but it looks like they're going to be coming in for another engagement, another team fight, as looking for that jump, see what they can get. Scooter trying to get something, and already a Tranquility popped by AJS0, a little preemptive, trying to save his life, as the mech is called back down from Thor. Scooter trying to do what he can, but Scooter and Valkyr are unable to really coordinate on anything, as another Tranquility coming in to try to keep the people of Blabby Zabs alive. Thor trying to do what he can. Scooter taking out Destructive, making sure that there is a nice high noon coming in.
High noon not finishing! Oh! Man, this is looking suddenly in favor of Waifu Superstar after such a terrible miscommunication where AJS0 popped Trank and nobody followed in with him when he went alone on point. Somehow Waifu Superstar takes the point.
Wow! Not to mention, they actually used very few ultis. They're gonna have 4 ultis coming up. Valk, I believe, was the only one to actually ult.
Go! I'll keep you here.
All they need to do really is keep Freefy down.
Yeah, Freefy is just in the backline constantly murking people, and they could really have to watch him now that he has that pulse bomb. But it looks like Waifu Superstar doesn't even need a pulse bomb to fall apart, because AJS0 and Zedekiss, both healers, are down for Waifu Superstar. Valk slowly falling away, TK Thrifty running with running to base with the tail between his legs, and Spagooter out of mech finally going down as well.
And a clean back and forth from both teams. Just who's going to be able to get the advantage when they get to that 90 percentile mark?
Looks of it, if they just keep winning every fight, Waifu Superstar, but we can't guarantee that.
You know, what Waifu Superstar really needs to do is follow that Zen ult into the point. Tranquility is really strong, especially when pushing with a Diving type comp.
And although Blabby's Dabs are building up their ult economy with that 90% on the whole hog, and a
Here it goes.
preemptive
TK Thrifty from above.
Oh!
Only able to get one person sword phase, but that could be enough to just stifle the rest of the hold from Blabby's Dabs. Everyone trying to come in without him, and it looks like a 1-for-1 trade by Destructive. And I don't even know what's going on anymore, because guess what? The friendship has won with Waifu Superstar.
Yeah, there's a lot of, they overused ults there. I think they could have gotten by with just the Tranquility from AJS0 Zenyatta, but for some reason Spagooter decided to pop his ult as well. But Thor comes in with a Diva Bomb, not getting a single person, eventually trying to find his way back into the mech, but can't find it because Tree killed him. Zedekiss popping the Moira ult getting full sentence as the ults are flying from Waifu Superstar here, just killing people. Everyone is dying. Destructive Dude is trying to whole hog him, but cannot lawn mower them enough, and overtime finally goes to Waifu Superstar.
I really want to highlight TK Thrifty's Reaper, actually, that going up from above and killing Sword before the Tranquility can go off, still getting the Tranquility is huge. That, I think, really set them up to win the fight.
Yeah, that was a really, really good sneaky dive there, and that payoff, yeah. Although he did only kill, I believe, Sword and Mace on that, and Huckletune's Tranquility had to get used. Great setup.
But you also have to see like nice discipline out of Huckletune for that Tranquility. At least it was Huckletune on the Zen, correct?
Yes.
They've changed now.
Correct.
So a little bit of a preemptive Tranquility from AJS0, but that's okay because they have a chance to come back.
Blabby's Dabs is actually one of the teams who I think hates Mercy the most. And like, none of them really play it. I don't think Huckletunes likes playing it, but he's gonna be playing it now.
Man, that is silly. I don't know why. They don't even have a Pharaoh.
Yeah, they don't have a pharmacy combo with, but
they're taking the point. Blabby's Dabs is on the point fighting right now as Valkyr and the Spagooter on the Diva go in, but demeched right away, it seems. A lot of fights happening. TK Thrifty shotgunning people all the way back in the back corner of the point as people are dying on both sides. Healers are up, at least one of them on each side. Freefy slowly dying on that Junkrat, but not quite, says the Mercy Huckletune. But they have to retreat as they give up the point to Waifu Superstar.
Oof. And just out of that jump from Valkyr, they did not know how to punish that monkey. They just needed to all focus fire on him, get him down, and then go to the next thing. Because of that disorientation, Waifu Superstar just able to clean up shop.
Oh, it was mainly TK Thrifty. He's in there just murking people, not even trying to hide. He's just running after people as he's coming around the backside, going for the Huggletune. But Freefy is able to get a single kill on the Zetikis with his Junkrat tire as Spagooter's also demeched. Tree has a tire of his own, also picking up a very important kill on Senpai. But it looks like Waifu Superstar has a clear advantage here as they're all on the point, all zapping people, and Blabby's Dabs is kind of slow pushing this and trying to play it cool. And suddenly everyone's dead! What happened?
Thor and Mini Diva actually killed
Briefy
AJ0.
Is ready to be unleashed.
There. Surprisingly, I think they just didn't give him enough value.
And he just shook up a bottle of whoop ass and popped it all over that team is what happened. Man!
Allow me.
This will protect us.
One way to deal with a Reaper.
Again, trying to go for that dive. Valkyor getting caught. Bad Monkey in the trap. Unable to coming out with ult galore everywhere. Don't know what's going on. One kill onto TK 30, making sure that that Reaper cannot reap anymore. Looks like the ult advantage going over onto Blabby's Dabs, but it looks like as this fight continues on. Oh my god. Just
Yeah, there's only
out of
4 people for Blabby's Dabs on point right now as they're slowly falling apart, and both healers are falling on the team, and finally, Waifu Superstar is able to clean up enough as Thor tries to stall but can't do it.
I just can't keep up with all the action that's happening. It's just a jumble fuck.
Yeah, that's what dive comps are. Whenever you have a, Winston and 2 divas and all sorts of stuff going on, it gets nutty.
It was actually looking really good for Blabby's Dabs. I can't speak now.
Oh boy, big Zariald only on the monkey. That's the only pick they could have gotten, but that is kind of an important pick here. Senpai is trying to shoot people, but he falls, and they had to get off. They got off! Was that a little C9? I think that was a C9. But the fight is still going on for some reason. TK Thrifty clearing the area, get the kill on Swordface and Freefy. Very important, and everyone else is dying. As Waifu Superstar is easily going to cap this as the last kill, the Mercy is to go to them. Wow!
Was that a defense?
It was not actually C9.
Was
actually
that the play
slightly
all along?
genius.
Give him 5% and then take it back?
Senpai got nothing with that soldier ulti. I thought it was gonna be so good because they didn't have any support ultis to stop the Zarya.
Or popping the big bomb from the Diva, but not getting a single thing from that as the Tranquility from AJS0 gets popped. A lot of fighting happening on point, but not many people dying at this point as there is a Diva out of mech. I don't even know what side it's on, but a lot of people are falling on Waifu Superstars. Valkyr, TK Thrifty, and Tree have to hold the point by themselves, but can they do it? Valkyr says, yes, I can, as he tries to knock people off the point, not necessarily getting anyone quite yet, but TK Thrifty, being supported by him, has to turn tail and run, but dies in the process. Point goes to Blabby's Dabs.
And they will no longer be held at 69%. Gonna go into the 70s, Just wanna escape that sexual frustration that they have.
Comes Tree off of the Pharah. Try to contest Senpai a little bit better.
Is this edging?
They might be a little bit edging. But Tree does not have a Mercy to pocket him, so Senpai should have free reign, essentially.
Yep, that was a big switch from Tree onto that Pharah. I think that's what they needed, even though they don't have a Mercy. But it looks like a lot of people are falling right now on Waifu Superstars. A lot of damage is going on both sides. Diva Bomb not getting anyone but the Freefy tire. This game, he is just busting out all these tires, and they are able to hold the point to 100%.
I just want to say all these fights are just ridiculously goofy. There's no means to any sort of way of what anything is going on, and I don't even know.
Hey, you can leave. If you really want, you could try and leave it to me, because I'm just saying random shit too. So.
At the end there, it actually looked like Senpai was just it's like throwing his mouse around ulting in like 360s. Oh man.
Well, in these tires from Freefy, I think he's averaging at like a kill and a half per tire, which is huge because I think he threw down like 3 of them that game, maybe even 4.
2, 1. Round
or that map, I should say. But this last map here starts, and it looks like Senpai is going to have Huckletune on him. That Mercy being played again as Tree goes solo. without a healer to back him up. Waifu Superstar believing in the Mercy Nerfs. But it looks like they're able, Blabby's Dabs is able to contest that middle point on the side here first as they hold the choke, and the first victim is actually Sword Mace to Tree. But a lot of people are dying on Waifu Superstar, AJS0, Velker, and Spagooter's mech. Very big picks, and it looks like Blabby's Dabs is going to comfortably be able to get on point eventually and take it.
It's
And
not
with
over yet.
contesting it, Blabby's Dabs.
A lot of Blabby's Dabs players dying now, though, on the back half of this fight. Not necessarily good. Waifu Superstar does have the advantage on the point here. It's TK Thrifty making sure he's picking that Pharah on the skies. Or not Pharah, sorry, Lucio. You're getting high. You're getting high, Sword. I thought you were a Pharah, buddy. What the hell?
In range of the objective.
Wow. Point to Waifu Superstar.
Yeah, just like that, back onto Waifu Superstar. I thought for the longest time, for that split second, they had it. Blabby's Dabs had it. But they were able to contest the point, and now it's theirs. Onto the defense.
That's more literally last second shifting into the fight. It was a nice job.
As Destructive looking into that dive to see who we can get. Senpai in the back on that nasty free. Getting taken out himself by Spagooter as they are taking out the bat line. And a nice tire from Freaky taking out TK Tiffany. No more DPS coming out of there as the tranquility stops from AJS0, making sure that everything can happen in a nice safe way. And the beat drop being dropped by Sword Mace, trying to keep his team alive as they try to frag out. Spagooter the only one left, really, but Valkyor coming in through the rear and trying to be staying alive as much as they can by the healers. Zedekis doing what he can to try to stall for as many points as they can. Doing a very, very good job. I can't believe they're still.
Oh, Thrifty's coming in with the ult. Get him, Thrifty, get him!
Why can't you do this, Thrifty? Can't find anyone besides Sword Mace, and they keep getting pushed back. Tree able to do what he can to keep the point in their favor, and they're getting up to 65% on this. They should not be allowed to do this. Why are they not killing and fragging everyone on this team? They're allowing them to stall up to 70. They're into 75%. This shouldn't be happening. They have man advantage. They have man advantage.
This is nutty. Spagooter dropping the Diva Bomb, but going nowhere. I don't know why that was happening, but it looks like Waifu Superstar is stabilizing here. A lot of Blabby's Dabs players are dying. I believe they're -1 on point right now, +1, even, -2. I don't know. Valkyrie, you're the last one on point, buddy. Hold it for the rest of your team. Oh, you can, but it doesn't matter. You're at 99%. Oh.
That should not have happened. That was just, that's just very, very sloppy play out of Blabby's Dabs. Just, they need to play very conservatively right now, or very, very aggressively.
Blabby's Dabs touched the point when it was at 28, I think, and they got to 98. Oh my god, as the fight is breaking out again, picks on both sides, Valkyr and Senpai going down, AJS0, very big pick. That he will not be a factor. That Discord's very important. But Zedekis trying to keep his team up with Coalescence here. Not doing very well on that, unfortunately. As everyone is dead now on Waifu Superstar. Tree is the last one to fall.
Freaky really put his foot down at the very end there. Just getting the last couple kills. Oh. I think what Waifu Superstar was doing really well was actually shutting down Senpai. Like you said at the very beginning. They're going to need to look to do that again. They want to get this last little bit.
Almost seems like Freefy is the bigger problem for this team right now, as he is constantly on fire.
Got a 2-threat team comp, so.
Yeah, and Waifu Superstar needs to go in now if they want to have a second push after this if they don't get the point. As Valkyr and Spagooter are saying, let's go guys, as Valkyr is jumping right over, but getting denied by Freefy. Spagooter kind of caught out with no friends in sight, demeched. Slowly but surely, they're trying to get to the point of the DPS. Thrifty, oh my god, Tree with a great rocket rush that does not kill a single person. And Blabby's Dabs just stonewalls the team, oh my god.
Blabby's Dabs should have this unless, by some miracle, Waifu Superstar can retake this, but because they stalled for so long for that fight, they're not going to have very much time.
Valkyr showing that he can Mad Monkey on the point there as Diva Bomb goes into the bubble, not getting a single person as well. TK
but this
is
tag
doing his best. Great tag visor, but only getting Senpai. Nothing much happening after that. The Diva Bomb coming out, having to kill that sleeping monkey. Sorry, Valkyrie. On the last Zedekiss, buddy, can't live that long. Blabby's Dabs takes the win.
Spagooter taking his time, finally getting there, and he is going to try to do the best he can to try to stall out, as well as Tree, seeing if they can do anything. It's hard to hit a moving target, but getting forced outside, causing a win for Blabby's Dabs.
An exciting game.
Wow.
Play of the game.
Well, he got free fee. I never would have expected the man who holds 18 wheels in his fucking pocket to get the play of the game. Just shooting people.
But he doesn't use his wheel.
Triple kill.
He doesn't. What? No!
That's not supposed to happen.
He had better
They
plays
nerfed
than that.
They nerfed the mine.
17k damage. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Yeah, and it was all those tires. Man.
I don't know what to think anymore, man. I just don't know.
I believed in the friendship, Utek. What happened?
Well, I just want to note to the audience right now, this is a very important thing to note. The two champions that were nerfed were played on the winning team. Huh.
Things wrong
Were
here.
they actually balanced, or are they still overpowered?
I don't know. But anyway, moving on. Route 66. Alright guys, what are your predictions? I want to know.
I think Waifu Superstar has a pretty good chance to do this, since they have a bit more team coordination than Blabby's Dabs. But with Blabby's Dabs' huge damage potential and fragging out, I think it really is going to depend on who's attacking first.
I would personally have to go with Blabby's Dabs, just as favorites, but I would love to be proven wrong.
Yeah, as we look at some of these teams right now, I can't tell if Blabby's Dabs is trolling with that Sombra. Do people play Sombra in this league?
No, this is a fantastic map for Sombra, especially on defense or even offense on that first point. You have the two megas to play around, and you get that EMP so fast that no matter how many shields you have, oh my gosh, just gets deleted by EMP.
But is this the first showing of Sombra in this league? Like,
well, we
I
might
don't
not
recall
even
anyone
see
playing her. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if it's a troll pick or if it is. That's exciting.
No, I
It's a real pick.
think they should definitely take it. I think they should definitely do it.
Attackers
Look at.
incoming.
Oh no, wait, nope,
Oh,
it's a
May.
May. It's a May.
Wait,
Rip.
do you think they're actually going to do a strategy?
That's true.
and
I
before
guess
they're
you
just
don't
gonna run a
get in trouble
bastion.
very much.
They're just gonna run a bastion.
You're probably not wrong, actually.
This is no time to stand.
Be here in a second.
Well, let's talk about what we do know for sure. It looks like the Team Waifu Superstar is running a pretty traditional defense comp. Junkrat for damage, Thrifty for any pharmacies, mercies, whatever, and yeah, traditional tanks and healers, but Zedekiss on not Mercy. On Moira instead. That's really the only change. But it looks like, yeah, they're not going to play Sombra, they're not going to play May, they're going to play Pharah with no Mercy. We'll see how that works for her.
What a shame.
That makes me sad.
As they round down the corner, I'm gonna see who is able to dive onto who, but Thor a little timid, unable to contest the high ground. As Zedekiss healing up his backline. Thor finally jumping on, getting a kill onto AJS0. That is one support down, making sure that's end. Gonna get demaxed, but his job has been done. Sword Mace taking out Spagooter, allowing for a push to happen more so and snowballing it off. To get to getting caught out of bounds and able to punish him.
Oh my god, Tree's just contesting the point as Junkrat for like a decade and a half as the rest of his team dies in the backline. Wow.
And just like that, point one is already going to be going over to Blabby's Dabs.
I'm gonna say the story of that was most likely Senpai on that Pharah. I didn't see a single bullet go near him.
Yeah,
I don't know what TK Thrifty was shooting at, but it looks like somehow Waifu Superstar is going to try and contest this, but not quite enough as AJS0 and Spagooter go down instantly as they touch the card. And TK Thrifty just scattering and staggering himself.
Oh yeah, that's the long spawn for you there, bud. You ain't going nowhere.
3v6, Waifu Superstar, they have to regroup. But Blabby's Dabs knows that, so they're gonna just kind of push and bully him as much as they can. Tree somehow magically living with the line of fire from Orisa and Diva, Thor and Destructive Dude. And finally they regroup here.
And a nano boost going on to Thor, seeing what he can do.
Oh,
And
wait.
he uses the Diva Bomb while he nanos? What are
We
you
call
doing,
Batty Play
Thor?
of the Week.
Oh my god!
The week right there, unfortunately.
Oh man, Hall of Fame? Hall of Shame. Hall of Shame, that's
Hall of
what
Shame.
you want. But Senpai, what the hell? Dropping a rocket rush right on the ride, but dying instantly to the AJS0 and Moira that's directly in back of them. Man, a lot of people going down on both teams here as it looks like Waifu Superstar doesn't have healers and they're not going to be able to contest this successfully with AJS0 and Zedicus down.
I don't even think Blabby's Dab should win this anymore just because of that play out of Thor.
Man, it was great. I loved it. That's something that I would have done in like Season 2.
I mean, I don't know if that's just bad manners because it's like, alright, we're already gonna win, but man, that's some real balls that kid has. Real balls.
But Valkyr's getting on point right now, swinging his hammer away. Zedicus is making sure he's alive. Huggletune popping the Tranquility, and Tree popping a Junkrat tire from what, the side? I don't even know where he was or why. But it looks like Waifu Superstar is doing pretty good, getting some good picks here, but a lot of people are falling on their team as well. Unfortunately, it's 2v2 at this point with Junkrat and Tree cleaning up. Thor being the last one. Diva, sorry dude, you don't get your mech anymore. And if they play this right, they should just stagger him for as long as they can.
Oh, no.
Able to hold it at point B, giving them a little extra time. 3 minutes left on this push. Not bad, but it allows them to regain a little bit of their composure, make sure that nothing too bad happens. They have to make sure no back happening happens.
And I think the TK Thrifty swap on the Reaper really tells. They are not looking to kill Senpai, they're looking to kill everyone else here.
Yeah, with that, I mean, it looks like Spagooter's going to be the only one who's really going to contest Senpai. And I don't know if that's a good strat or not, but it's happening. And AJ0 is the first to fall in this fight. And everyone else is starting to fall on Waifu Superstar. Senpai also does. That hit scan is not as important anymore. Waifu Superstar showing a little bit of fight here too, as people are just dying on each side, but somehow Blabby's Dabs comes out on top?
It's just, they were just able to frag. That's the simple, clear fact of it. Able to frag. Win games, able to frag.
I missed any individual performance on that at all. I just saw people dropping like flies on both sides.
I think Ana stayed pretty far out, did a good job keeping at least the Diva alive, so that was the main part of that.
Blabby's Dabs, if they're going to get anywhere, they need to actually be on card here. So nobody was really trying to push around that corner, and Waifu Superstar was able to get in their face and contest it with Scooter and TK Thrifty up there. TK Thrifty is going to die, and Scooter all alone, maybe Diva, but the Valkyrie comes in with a big hammer down, good charge. A lot of deaths happening on Blabby's Dabs as Waifu Superstar puts their foot down and says, the buck stops here, guys. You ain't going any farther. Great play.
Using tilts there, maybe a little bit. The Reinhardt hammer might have been a bit extra, but gets the job done.
Hey, when you're this bad, you need all the ults you can get.
Oh man, Wavy working people. Great halt there too for Destructive Dude. Oh baby.
Continual push from Blabby's Dabs, and they're able to just run out everybody.
No,
is that a
TK
team?
Thrifty. Oh, that was a great Reaper ult, and anyone was there to follow up with it. Oh.
Lacking discipline from TK Thrifty. He should have just saved his Death Blossom for later, just for the next team fight. His team was already down, and I don't know, just trying to salvage what you can, I suppose.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It actually stalled the cart pretty well. This these picks on the DPS, even better.
Yeah, he ended up getting a 3K with that Death Blossom, but that is all in the past now as Blabby's Dabs has clear vault advantage here. But they are falling somehow to Waifu Superstars. People just playing well at this point. Thor's getting DMAC'd by Valkyr, just swinging his hammer. Spagooter getting in front, pushing them all back to their spawn here.
Nice solid defense. TK50 getting taken down by Senpai, who has switched over to the Genji, seeing if they can get a nice Nano Blade combo going on to finish his payload out. Only have about a minute to charge it up, but already about halfway to it. Just take a little bit of damage, see what they can get.
Oh, great halt and great concussion mine teamwork going on from Blabby's Dabs here as Thor is in the backline killing all of the supports, or at least trying to, but TK Thrifty is guarding them here. Blabby's Dabs has all members of their team as Valkyr's down on Waifu Superstar. They need to take advantage of that now.
They're definitely trying to wait for that Nano Blade to come in. They're trying to. Here comes Senpai with the preemptive blade, trying to see what he can get. Taking down Tree, trying to see if he can take down anyone. Ooh, no one with the bomb, but Senpai able to still take out the Mercy of AJS0, and they're able to frag out, making sure only TK Thrifty and the Reinhardt of Valkyr is taken out. Nano Blade, bad manners, using it on Thor again. Is he going to use that Diva Bomb again? Oh wait, no, he can't because he doesn't have his ult, which is his safety switch.
Stall strats coming out of Waifu Superstar. They should switch to a Mei or something, but I don't know if they have enough as Freefy is just killing people. 4 kills in a row on the kill feed, I believe. And, yeah. Wow.
And it would have been a lot better if they would have been able to stall out for overtime just for that. Just for that extra little bit of time.
5 seconds. Not the end of the world, though. If they actually do have a good time themselves, then I think that 5 seconds will actually be a big deal, though. Oof.
But I think I smell a Bastion coming out of TK Thrifty. He's thirsty for blood. I know it. He wants that point and click adventure.
That is a strat that Waifu Superstar could run. But who knows until the match actually starts here. And I just want to say something about Freefy here and Destructive Dude. I believe he was the one who was playing Orisa most of the time there. Those concussion mine and halts were fucking dirty. There's at least like 3 of them in that map where the halt was like thrown out there, and Freefy just trusted whoever's gonna get sucked in is gonna get concussion mined. And it worked like multiple times. And I'm actually really impressed with that. Holy shit.
Not to mention that Tracer pulse bomb onto the 4-membered halt. That was insane.
I believe, was Senpai playing Tracer or was that Freefy?
Pretty sure Freefy.
Yeah, it was Freefy.
Man, he's showing up. He's the fragger this match, it seems.
Free. Gonna be looking to shut him down from the Pharah. No Bastion strat, unfortunately, this time for Thrifty, but
I'm a little disappointed. That they're not willing to pull off the big balls. Big ball plays.
Nope, they don't have big balls, but what they do have is a Mercy to go up with the Pharah, so that's a good thing, even though the Mercy nerfs came out, they're trusting that. But TK Thrifty just getting chunked. Holy hell, man. Check yourself.
Accidentally got hit by a trap, but please, supports were there to keep him alive.
As Tree taking to the skies, Zedekis getting taken down already by Senpai and the Diva, making sure that no healing coming in that backline. As Blabby's Dabs doing a ton of damage towards everyone on the Senpai Literature Club, and they're gonna have to back off in a very, very successful defense out of Blabby's Dabs.
This ain't looking too good for Waifu Superstar. If they can't get the cart, that much farther past that point, normally people take a little bit more space than that. But
there's actually immediate switches out of the DPS as well.
I'm very curious as to their support choice because they're playing 2 main healers.
Double fire spray coming out of Destructive Dude, killing 2 people from Waifu Superstar. This is their time to fucking rush in and get picks while they're down.
Oh no, Spagooter.
They just leave him in baby. They're just hanging out with him. Oh man. Rip.
They actually should have let him get into the car and then
just
take
demech
out
him again. They totally could have. Well,
But
the Diva's nightmare.
Alright, now they're running a Zenyatta, which should help them at least a bit with the damage. Getting that plus 25% on a single target should help them bust out the tanks, especially that Reinhardt if he's playing super aggressively.
Yeah, massive switches coming out of the Waifu Superstar. It's good news. Good to see that they're reacting to the team comps.
And a tire coming in. A big one on Zedekiss. No more heals for the Reinhardt of their team. Valkyr trying to do what he can to swing around his hammer, but he's going to have to back off before he just gives away more ult charge. Oh, able to get a nice pick onto Sword and Mace. Maybe that can be a little bit of an extra they need before, because they do have spawn advantage, and it's going to take a little while before Sword and Mace can get back. But he is Lucio, so he might be able to get back faster than they have initially thought.
Yeah, the end of that fight was pretty sloppy for Waifu Superstar, with Valkyr going down and then Thrifty not looking for an escape route, taking a little bit more time off the death here. Little bit of a stagger, not the end of the world here. Spagooter now contesting the high ground. Valkyr somehow getting up there as well, and they're fighting on cart now. Everyone's dropping down. The Nano Boost going on Valkyr, who can't get anywhere with it. Senpai kind of trying to shoot someone, but the great hammer down from Destructive Dude, charging and not giving a fuck, killing a lot of people on Waifu Superstar here, but it looks like they're fighting as well. Waifu Superstar showing they got some fight, and Senpai, very important DPS goes down, and a lot of people are excellent Death Blossom and a half-hearted Diva bomb on the floor. That's not gonna get anything, buddy. I think you're gonna lose this fight here. You better run away.
And only Freefy and Thor to try to stall as much as they can. Freefy gonna have to get away. Maybe he can get onto the cart a little bit, but as their team, the rest of Blabby's Dab's gonna be able to jump on and contest that cart in their solid defense, taking out TK30, a big portion of the damage. Freefy coming in with a big tire, thinking he can get anyone. Unable to get anyone as a bomb coming in from able to get both Huckle
Great.
big ult and seal the deal with tranquility, making sure that no matter what happens, Freefy can try to get something. Maybe he can get a pick or two, but it's not going to be enough as they finally are able to get to this first point.
Wow, fighting tooth and nail into overtime to get the first point. Waifu Superstar finally caps.
They're using everything that they had in their arsenal. But I think Spagooter's Diva Bomb really was the make or break ulti in that fight.
Oh yeah.
The ult economy coming up, Senpai almost getting his ultimate as that Deadeye coming up, but Sword and Mace getting his beat drop, making sure his team stays nice and healthy for the next team fight that they want to engage in.
Yeah, Waifu Superstar taking a lot of space here. Senpai trying to get a good Deadeye from the side. He does end up getting Spagooter. And Freefy is getting a concussion mine down on Thrifty. Waifu Superstar is in a very bad position here, as the rest of Blabby's Dab should be collapsing on him, but they're not. Destructive Dude and Senpai each going down. They're 4v4 right now with the Coalescence coming out of Zedekiss's Moira. Thor trying to run away, Huckleton trying to keep him alive. They have to regroup. Blabby's Dabs has to regroup right now in order to contest this last point here.
And it looks like Destructive changing towards Zarya. Maybe they want to be. Maybe they're thinking of running a Brian Zarya strategy for later on for point 3. Maybe they've already given up on this second point, but
Big pick on Huckleton.
pick on Huckleton indeed, as Sword and Mace goes down as well. But a tire taking out Valkyr, their big frontliners. But TK30 being able to come and jump in from the skies and allow them to continue this push and get the second point as they try to go for this win.
Yeah, that's it. That's second point with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to spare to try and tie into overtime.
I have to say, these fights really are the most, like, non-clean fights I think we've seen all day, really. They're always just a 2v2 or a 3v3 in the end.
Oh,
People getting picked left and right.
Now, speaking of picks, TK Thrifty dying to Freefy, who is just kind of the story of the match right now. I believe he's been putting out crazy amounts of damage on that Junkrat. Alt economy is going to be 4v3 in favor of Blabby's Dabs, but Freefy is going down right away in that fight. TK Thrifty is going to be approaching a Diva Bomb coming out of Spagooter, picking up Thor, a very important pick as the beat drops from Sword and Mace kind of saves some members of the team, but not exactly everyone. They need to kind of fall back a little bit, but Sword and Mace says, no, I'm contesting this part, falling to Valkyrie's hammer. And Destructive Dude, one of the latter picks of the fight here. 4 members Waifu Superstar showing up. Senpai trying to contest from the side here, but Spagooter is the only one who's going to be out of mech at the end of all of that. And a lot of fights happening now. A lot of staggering on Blabby's Dabs. Sword and Mace, and Destructive Dude is the last one coming in, but he cannot make it. We're going into overtime.
And just looking at the tank lineup for Blabby's Dabs, I have to very much disagree with what they were trying to go for. They did not have a solid front line to protect anyone, and they didn't really have many flankers. They were running that McCree, they were running the Junkrat, and they weren't playing it very mobile. And especially since you're playing defense, it's 3rd point Route 66. You don't have a lot of movement. You don't have a lot of positioning that you can place yourself to really give yourself that freedom. So you have to go with that shield in the front line.
Yeah, to add on to that, to Senpai's play specifically, it looks like the name of the game that he's trying to do is flank, flank, flank. I'm going to be in spots where they're not expecting me, and I'm going to kill everyone with Deadeye. That's not proving to be effective, as they Waifu Superstar was able to cap the 2nd point due to his mistake there, and then was able to cap that last point due to the exact same thing, trying to flank and not exactly helping the front line or the team. We'll see if he learns. I don't know.
But they have a minute, and it'll be overtime, so we'll see how far they can go in a desperation push. Me personally, I would love to see a Bastion, but that's just me.
4, 3,
Our dreams will continue to be dreams.
60
Senpai back on that fire. I believe it worked pretty well last time, first point.
Running that Sword and Mace on the Lucio, I'm a little curious as to why they'd still be running it, because the Zen would be a lot better for them, because it just wants to naturally stay on the cart. But who knows, maybe Sword and Mace is going to pull out the razzle dazzle and boot people off of the cart.
Sword is a next level Lucio, but as we can see, Freefy is getting Spagooter out of mech to start this fight. And slowly Waifu Superstar is trying to dive the cart a little bit, but falling one by one. AJS0, Valkyr, Spagooter, all falling right now. Man advantage clearly in favor of Blabby's Dabs. And this can easily turn into a snowball's trees, trying to run away to not get picked. TK Thrifty not exactly doing the same, as he does get picked off in the end. Staggering Waifu Superstar very badly. This is not looking good in their favor.
Carry me Senpai, getting frag after frag after frag, and they have to be scared of him by now. Alkior getting halted before he can even get any sort of charge off.
Great halt.
But AJS0 getting taken down by Freefy, making sure that there is no healing in that backline, as TK Thrifty going to see what he can do on the Reaper, but able to do anything that's too big. Oh,
Freefy is uncontested. Oh wait, never mind. He's finally being contested by Thrifty Senpai, but it doesn't do anything. Looks like they capped the point here. Blabby's Dabs now giving everyone on Waifu Superstar the far spawn. Spagooter is going to be the last one to fall.
And if they're smart at this point, just let them go, let them be. Don't allow, just let them be and stagger him. Still a good stagger, but they need to do a hard reset and try to get a team fight. Although the ult economy looking like it's going an advantage for Blabby's Dabs, seeing what they can do, want to hold on to their ultimates until they have to use them, and try to get as much space and as much of a distance on that cart. Took a little while there.
And it looks like Freefy is going to be taking the high ground uncontested again, just like they did when they capped the first point in this overtime match. And Spagooter says, no, I'm going to try and contest you, but nope, the visor's coming out, getting all sorts of good picks for the team. Spagooter only getting his the Conga with that Diva Bomb. A lot of people dying on Waifu Superstar for, you know, not a lot of gain here. HS0 coming in with the pistol, not doing much because he's not with anyone on that Mercy and falling in. Point 2 is capped by Blabby's Dabs. What the fuck?
I'm just looking at Senpai right now, and he is uncontested. He is in the air, uncontested, being pocketed by a Mercy. And he hasn't even had to use his ult yet because he's able to just get free kill after free kill after free kill because the tank, the front line, the TPS, they do not know how to peel for their healers.
Really grim, but TK Thrifty coming for the back line, hoping to pick someone. There's no one on the team looking at him. Blabby's dad. But oh my god, the rocket barrage from Senpai getting 2 kills technically in a mech, but then the rocket afterwards getting Zedekis. Man, this is an ace. This is an ace. That's an ace. Blabby's dad's. Whoa.
And they need to not even focus on Senpai right now. They just need to try to get everyone on the cart, get them off, because with that overtime, all you have to do is just get everyone off for what, like 1 second, and then that's it. You have the cart.
Death Blossom in the back line. TK Thrifty looking for someone but can't get a single person. The Sword Mace does an amazing boop there. Diva Bomb coming out of Spagooter, I believe, and not getting a single person. The Senpai, or sorry, Freefy, just in the back line again. High ground, popping visor, killing everyone because no one is contesting them.
Man. They're going to get point 3. They are going to get point 3. They all
2 team
overtime.
kills.
They got 2 team kills in the final, and they have it. 3-6. They have. Now, let's break this down. Let's just break this down.
Switching sides.
Waifu Superstar 2 has 2 minutes to try to get 3 points, and the furthest they can get in 2 minutes in this overtime, because they don't get any extra time every time they cap a point, is point 2. So they're gonna have to do basically the same thing as Blabby's dabs and just continually snowball. Can they do it?
Can I just say, this is all leading back from those 5 seconds left on the very first push.
Wow, yeah.
What a shame.
Man, that is just nuts. And you know, each player on Blabby's dabs is doing their part in playing. Sword and Maze had an amazing boop on that TK Thrifty. Ults from both the Freefy and Senpai have been just on point. And the tanks, Thor and Destructive, are just doing their jobs. Huckleton, you're doing a good job too. You know, you're playing Mercy, you're healing people.
Healing mainly healing Pharah, just damage boosting, getting one-shots on that poor McCree, and
yeah, this is looking grim.
5, 4, 3.
No cheese strats coming from Waifu though. No Bastion. We were hoping, but no.
I mean, the Bastion would just be too easily counterable at this point. They need to play loose on that cart. And it looks like they're gonna do a similar strat to what they did initially, which was very effective. Got Waifu Superstar into overtime on the first point. Going with that Ryan, a very, very powerful in the hands of Destructive. And just spamming out damage, see what they can do. Scooter trying to contest that high ground. Again, no one really there to help him out, but still in his mech as they are lobbing grenades and any sort of damage that they can. And Senpai getting a big pickup onto TK50, the tree taking out Freefy in retaliation as they continue on this cover.
Yeah, finally, Blabby's dabs gets on the card here and finally stops it from moving as they look like they're slowly cleaning up people. Thor kind of getting on Valkyr there on the cart, and also AGS0 on that Zen falling. Not the smartest Diva Bomb at that point, unfortunately. Not really getting anyone. No gain to be had there, even if it did. But Spagooter's kind of staggering himself maybe, or maybe he'll live and it's a good thing, but he does get out of mech. Not looking good. They have 45 seconds. He should have just died.
Should have just gotten out of there, should have just died. Now they're staggered and they're only going to have one more push left, as they are going to be going into overtime for this next team fight and into the rest of their push. It is looking very, very grim for Waifu Superstars. As Tire taking out by
Alright, raise your waifus, everyone. Zedek is popping Coalescence, hoping to keep his team up. Senpai falling. That tree ult is not going to be important for this fight. A lot of fighting going on here, but not a lot of people dying as Sword and Mace protects his crew with that beat drop. But AJS0 does the same with Trank, but TK Thrifty visoring and not really getting much. He does pick off the healers, which actually is much. It's a lot. Oh my god, everyone's dying, and it looks like Waifu Superstar is going to cap the point in overtime with... Oh no. Oh god.
And they're gonna stay on overtime. All they have to do, the ult economy is in favor of Blabby Stabs. All they have to do is basically
Win one fight.
coordinate their ults, win one fight, boop them off, and they're fine. Technically, Destructive, if they wanted to right now, could go bowling and do a charge right in the middle of it. Although I wouldn't suggest it. It would be pretty fun.
Oh my god. No, this is panic basket mode, but, you know, not really. Because Blabby Stabs is going to have their wits about them, I believe. They have 2 points to, you know, rally their crew, which is probably the equivalent of like 4 fights. So I think they might be able to hold this, but I've seen stranger things.
Players I'm looking at are Scooter and Valk, both with their ultis. Need to be kind of heroes, but they do get a pick.
Oh, and a big bomb onto everyone else, and it looks like Scooter, the only one able to really get his mech back, and Free getting taken down, and they're looking very, very grim for Waifu Superstars. But 2 people with the Moira and the Diva. But don't get off guard.
Zenekiss is trying to stay on. Spagooter just couldn't do it.
That is the game, and a fantastic showing from Blabby Stabs as they win this second round.
Play of the
Oh
game.
man, Free Feast, story of the game, playing
This is
Tracer.
this is it, the halt.
Murking people. This is a brilliant ult, or sorry, halt. Actually, no, it's not, because Destructive Dude is playing the Reinhardt, but it's just him throwing a bomb in there and murking fuckers. Oh my god. 3K and just shooting clips. Man, Free Feast popping off.
Really heartbreakers, both games now. 99 to 100 on the first
They're just,
first map, and now
they're just not punishing him hard enough for just the free space he's been given. Just all he can do is just get more damage and damage and damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage. And again, the name of that map at least was Senpai and Freefy just being uncontested where they were. Specifically Freefy more often than not on the high ground, just shooting people. Clicking heads.
Pretty
playing
much
COD.
just playing COD, uncontested, just point and click aim training. He didn't even have to try. He could have just sprayed and started teabagging.
I don't know if that's the greatest strategy, but point taken for sure. We
Yeah,
are
but-
gonna have to wait a couple seconds.
Got a
Yeah,
little bit of-
casters currently are not ready, so let's talk about other stuff. Like, who do you think is gonna win this this match? This last route, or what's the last map again?
We
Junkertown?
have
Be
Junkertown.
Junkertown.
And that, I hope we do get to see a Bastion, because usually with that pirate ship being played, very, very powerful, good for shield breaking. Just especially on that first point, it's kind of crazy to think that there's an actual map where Bastion can be meta.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that point and click adventure BS.
Sounds like you don't like fun here, Joey.
Welcome to Junkertown.
You like fun?
Oh my god. Well, let's hype up this last match. Anyone who's in favor of Waifu Superstar, raise your waifus. Anyone who's in favor of Blabby Stabs, raise your dabs. I guess. Maybe.
Just raise Blab.
Raise Blab. Go find him. Lift him up.
Put him in.
Man, I'm sure it's not too hard. You could find him wherever he's sleeping and just, give him a piggyback ride.
Oh,
Give him.
can the dream come true finally? He's hovering it.
He is hovering it, and I do think the dream would come true. I don't know. I don't know what other strats there are for this map, really. I mean, it's just wide open.
Widow is really popular, just because of how massively open the first point is. Hanzo's actually been seeing some play by on offense by some teams, but I doubt that will come
Who
through.
really
by
wants to
Overwatch
play
League
Hanzo
teams.
though? No one really wants to play it,
Attackers
besides maybe
incoming
Seagull.
in 30 seconds.
Eagle
Alright,
and can't remember the other guy's name.
I'm
are
happy
we-
now. Sombra's really being played. This is her
Oh.
debut as far as I'm concerned. Woot woot. Let's go!
So, if they are playing the Sombra, they're gonna have to be playing towards those megas. So, that first kind of open barn in the first turnaround, and what is it?
4,
Underneath the the satellite building. I
Attackers
don't know what
incoming.
you'd like to call it. It's not very
Stop the
artistic,
payload.
but
Man, that is a weird half-ass hold on the right side from Freaky and Thor. I guess just looking for the alt charges. It didn't really pay off too much for them.
Something Sombra's really good at is disrupting Bastion, and that's what he's gonna do.
Oh,
Not really getting
I
to
didn't
do much
think about
else
that.
though.
Oh man, Senpai. What a debut for the Sombra.
I imagine he'll switch pretty immediately.
Big pick on the TK Thrifty there as Bastion dies but is resurrected in the end. And Thrifty is able to just sit back and pop people, maybe? Maybe he's just shooting things, breaking shields, killing Sword and Mace, and giving him enough space to take this cart. He's setting up back on cart right behind that shield in a very good position. TK Thrifty, start doing some work, son. We believe in the Bastion. Oh god, Thor gets in his face.
Oh.
He ends up getting a massive jump right there that picks up down here and tree. And it looks like Waifu Superstar is slowly going to fall apart. Or sorry, Blabby's dabs? What the what? Oh no, Waifu Superstar. Never mind, they switched sides. I'm boosted.
and this attack continuing on. TK Thrifty with the Bastion, trying to do what he can to get any kill he can. But Freefy gonna try to charge up his ult again. Seeing if he can. He's only 40% to another tire. Trying to go maybe for 5 tires this game. Just call it a hunch. Calling it right now. TK Thrifty back onto his friendly sailboat. And a big EMP coming out of Senpai to take everyone out. Valkyr being low, getting taken out, and no one can do much besides just run around since no abilities can be used with that EMP being taking everyone out. And all they can do is say hello to the terrain down there, and if you look at it, it's very serene, very quiet, very enjoyable.
Yeah. No, I think the name of that was, that Sombra ult stopping AJ0 from popping his defensive Mercy Mothra. So he was one of the first to die in that fight, and from there they felt like dominoes.
So, remember that, what is it, Razor Waifu? What I heard from Scotchanaut, it's, dab your blabs.
Dab your blabs, I like it. Well, it looks like you're gonna have to be dabbing your blabs in hopes of them winning this fight right now, as TK50 does get a big pick. Oh, a lot of people dying on Dead Blab these days. Oh my gosh, but a great ult from Thor, Diva Bomb coming out, and the McCree ult not necessarily getting anyone of importance except for Freefy, but
Except for Freefy.
except for
And now
Freefy.
that's such a shame coming out of Destructive with that charge, because he made TK Thrifty waste his ultimate as he was charging him. They weren't able to get that value, but Tree able to come in with the McCree and pick everything up.
Yeah, I mean, the most important character, Freefy, died. I mean, that's as far as I'm concerned. Ooh, that was a fat finger from Sword and Mace that didn't really do much for his team here. And Senpai, I think, just tried to ult. Looks like they're holding this point like really close, and they're not really getting much for it. Blabby's dabs is making kind of a big mistake here as they overextend and fall apart. Coalescence getting popped out of Zed and just sniping people. Thor is almost dead, Destructive Dude is almost dead, Sword Mace is potentially going to die to the Pharaoh Rockets that TK Thrifty is supplying, but he's going to be able to get away as they hope to regroup. Blabby's dabs hopes to regroup for the contest on this last point as they fucked up royally at the very start of this push.
Hang on with the shield on it, but
Oh.
a Freefy coming in with the tire, making sure that both tanks are not going to be in this fight as they're going to try to clean up, seeing if any fragging can happen, and a nice Deadeye coming out of tree to take out Thor from the team fight. As Huckleton and Destructive trying to do what they can to stay on the card, keep this defense going, and make sure they can't get this second point. And
Boom
they are going to
shakalaka.
be, as you said, boom shakalaka indeed.
Yeah, really wasn't too big of a fan of the Sombra from Senpai. he only really had one play, and I think his translocators, he didn't time them all that well, or just play around the timing, just make him get caught out a couple times. But now he's on the 3, doing a lot better. I think got 3 kills last play. Looking to do more.
Yeah, this fight slowly breaks out. Spagooter is the one who's overextending here, dropping his Diva Bomb, and Sword and Mace dropping his beat, hoping to save whatever teammates might have died there. TK Thrifty doing a massive justice raining from above, picking off the 2 healers right away. Blabby's Dabs does not have a health supply anymore, as they somehow do magically kill everyone else on Waifu Superstar. That was black magic.
Black magic. Hexes, get them a medicine ban because they need something to purify all of that bad juju.
Hookah shaka, hookah shaka, hookah shaka. Oh.
60 seconds.
Let's see here. Another fight is about to break out. Spagooter again pushing into the front line, but he doesn't have Diva Bomb this time. Ult advantage definitely going in favor of Blabby's Dabs. This time TK Thrifty in the back line, hoping to kill Sword and Mace, not necessarily getting anything as he's forced to Wraith away. Spagooter saying, hey, look at me in the front line, getting popped out of mech from a Junkrat trap. And a lot of fighting is now starting to happen as Valkyr is trying to be the front line but cannot be anymore because he is dead. And it doesn't matter because he doesn't really have a back line to protect anymore either.
I really can't say enough about Senpai right now. Just he kills Tree at he's killed Tree at the beginning of both these last fights, and then there's no one gonna contest him after that.
Could have Valkyrie to coordinate their dives onto that high ground, prevent Senpai from keeping that high ground. Tree coming in behind, see what he can do, tried to get the Mercy, do as much as can, and gets the pick on Hustle. Sword Mace also going down, no heals on the side of Blabby's Dabs, but gonna try to see if they can frag out a little bit. Destructive putting a lot of damage out of there. As the deep bomb comes in, Destructive able to stay away from the danger of that bomb, and going Mad Monkey and unable to do anything as Scooter takes him out as he is charging his tire. And Huckletune coming back to save the day, revive his teammates, and secure the win of round 1. Well, not the win, but the first round of just allowing 1 point.
0 to 1.
I'm speaking a little too soon, but I got a feeling.
Well, UTech will see if you're a fortune teller after this match, but something I really want to focus on is how Waifu Superstar was able to push the cart that far to the second capture point in the first place. Blabby's Dabs, I don't know if there's communication error or what, but they fell apart at the start of that second defense.
Definitely that Bastion just breaking down the shields, no defense in their front line, unable to really keep Senpai safe. Like that's the main goal of the tanks right now, is keep Senpai safe, he'll frag out for you.
On Freefy even too, he's been showing up at least the past 2 games, but yeah, I think it's Senpai's turn, as he is the chosen one to play Bastion this round. Oh man, the troll picks. They're all troll picks, I bet.
Well, double sniper isn't actually that uncommon on Junkertown offense, but I'd still be surprised to see it. Well, we'll see.
The only thing I don't believe is sword playing Doomfist. Yeah, there we are. Well, let's talk about the defense since that's set in stone. Pretty traditional comp for this team. They're all on their comfort picks. I'm surprised Spagooter's not playing Diva, but Roadhog is just probably too good for this map.
Really probably most likely to counter a Bastion, but actually it might roll. I think they're gonna roll out with Senpai on the Diva and the double sniper comp I was mentioning before.
Are they trying to just bad manners playing the Hanzo here?
No, because it's actually a comp.
Yeah, it's actually
good. Plays it.
Unfortunately, it's actually good. The only thing that they don't have that I'm surprised is a Zarya. I think ideally people run triple tank. I don't fucking know. But Senpai is the first to claim a victim, killing Zedekis. Very big pick as AJS0 has to solo heal on Zenyatta here. Blabby's Dabs has to take advantage of this, and they're not really doing too much as Thor does fall apart in front of tree. Great concussion mine there, or sorry, regular grenade. Great hook coming out of Spagooter, killing Huckletune with the assist on Valkyr.
Look at Destructive Dude all the way back here in the backline trying to find picks. He's missed every single shot so far though. But they don't even know he's there. Let's see if he can get anyone.
Where is he? Oh jeez, the Widowmaker in the back. What the hell? Destructive Dude. DK Thrifty says, "I see you, bitch," and just shoots him. Wow.
Yeah, not impressed by Destructive Dude's Widow. I would like to see him switch. Yep, immediate.
That was cheeky, I liked it. The Dragons coming out of here from Freefy, not getting a single person. And a Junkrat Tire doing the exact same from Tree here. A lot of people dying on Blabby's Dabs, and a lot of people getting hurt on Waifu Superstars. The Zenyatta says, nope, none of my team's going to die right now. Thank you, AJS0. Destructive Dude getting popped out of mech, and the Coalescence dropping from Zed, just making sure everyone stays alive even more and pushes the team back. Blabby's Dabs is sent reeling back to base to lick the runes and regroup. Wow, great hold.
You lose 2 in the backside of that though. With spawn advantage, they might be able to bring a fight.
Ooh, and a nice speed drop coming in from Sword and Mace to keep this team nice and healthy and keep this push alive. As they are being relegated into this small room, only 3 of them left, but are they going to be brave enough to try to root them out and take them out like the scum that they are? Scooter trying to rush out and see if he can get a pick onto that Mercy of the Huckletune. Getting team back himself, playing a little bit too aggressively, as Senpai also able to take out Valkyr on the monkey. And it looks like this should give them point 1 unless they're able to risk the cart, but they should just try to regroup at this point.
Yeah, Waifu Superstar just kind of a little staggered like through the majority of that fight it seemed. I saw Spagooter started a little bit of an engage there, which you know, people just got slowly picked one by one.
Not very pleasant for Waifu Superstar, considering they have 4 minutes to hold this. So the advantage is going over into Blabby's Dabs, but who knows? Anything can happen.
Anything can happen as the push starts here. Destructive Dude trying to contest the high ground, but Tree dropping a tire that kills Sword and Mace and Senpai. Destructive Dude no longer has mech, and Valkyr and Spagooter just rush in saying, that's our cue, we're gonna clean up, mopping up. Huckletune and Destructive Dude actually dying finally from after getting pushed out of mech from the high ground. Wow. Great picks and great reaction from Blabby's Dabs.
And one ulti used.
Or sorry,
yeah,
Waifu
only
Superstar.
using one ultimate. Great catch there, Cal. So ult economy is still in favor, still quite balanced actually.
I think Tree's really gonna have to show up here for the defense to keep holding though.
Valkyr pops his mad monkey for whatever reason, but Senpai is able to do an effective McCree, all picking off the Zenyatta, the very important target as well, Spagooter. And a lot of fighting here going on. Ults being used on both sides all over the place. A Diva Bomb getting thrown in the air from Destructive Dude, not really doing much, but he is able to pick off Valkyr with a pistol. And yeah, Blabby's Dad pushes.
Senpai. With that high noon, this could give them the victory that they need. And gonna be coming in with the Tranquility, trying to stay in, but getting pulled back by Boops and Hulk. HJS0, the only one. And no one able to get onto this guy. Scooter trying to do what he can, drops a bomb, seeing if he can get anyone. Getting Huckletune a big pick onto him. A Freaky having the high ground with attack visor, able to get anyone he wants. Scooter doing as much as he can to try to snuff them out. And it looks like for the time being, they might have this hold.
Oh my god, and they're even pushing on it a little bit. Waifu Superstar showing they have life after such an amazing boop and hold out of Sword Mace and Thor.
Get this moving.
Definitely thought that Blabby's Dabs had this game, but looks like Waifu Superstars are kicking and screaming, making sure that they are not going to have a bad time with their pillow waifus tonight.
We really have to look for Tree to save the, probably one of 2 last pushes, if that.
Gemeinsam kämpfen wir.
On Huggleton, popping the Valkyrie, making sure his team stays healthy. And a big tire coming in from Tree, making sure that that Valkyrie has no meaning whatsoever.
Man, but a big
Even bigger Deadeye.
Oh man, that Deadeye was nutty. And everyone is just
60
dying
seconds
on
remaining.
Waifu Superstar, and Blabby's dabs takes map 3.
Victory.
If I'm not mistaken, Blabby's Dabs has 3-0'd Waifu Superstar.
Dude. Close matches, though.
Play of the game.
And Senpai showing up, saying, Freefy, you can't have all the credit. Deadeye.
Cinching in with that Deadeye, getting 2 picks, and watch this. Bam, bam, bam.
Oh!
Why did he jump down?
Man, he was hypey. Oh my god, he just... Oh, that was a great nut. Holy shit.
It's like a Western movie right there. I could feel it, just being part of it.
Well, that is some Overwatch played by
Oh.
baddies.
I don't know about you, but I could go for a cigarette after that.
Yeah, a lot of those fights really puckered up my butthole.
Ugh.
Well, anywho, that concludes our production of the week 3 of the Baddie Overwatch League Season 4. Thanks for watching.
Bye now.
Stream.